it's me, Lauren. So we had a request on the site in our comments to make a video about how to overcome getting fired. And I was immediately drawn to this topic because I think it feels terrible when you get fired, right? Some of us have been fired before. I've been fired before. Some people have not been fired before, and that's okay too. Maybe you've been not fired but laid off, or maybe a job has just not exactly ended on the terms that you want it to end on. And I want to talk about a 6-step plan that I put together that I think can really help you, because it sucks to feel down in the dumps, right? I feel like my mom's watching this and not very happy that I just used the word sucks, but it's not fun to feel that way, right? And I want to try to help, and I want to try to make sure that everyone out there who's watching this, who feels like they just don't belong at a certain job, can come to our channel and know that that's okay. And we've all felt that way, and it's a part of life, right? Not everything goes the way that you want it to. And again, I want you to be able to come here, tell me what you're feeling, what you're experiencing in the workplace, and I want to help, because, you know, we all spend a lot of our time at work, right? A lot of our time. And you want to make sure that all that time is spent in a way that makes you feel good about yourself, or at least doesn't make you feel bad about yourself, right? So I know that some job situations are more tumultuous than others, but let me be here for you, and I'd love to take you guys through my 6-step plan. I wrote it down, so the intern queen usually doesn't do notes, but today I got some notes. So let's go through my 6 steps of how to overcome getting fired. So the first step is to identify an emotion that you're feeling. You know, what is it that you're feeling? Are you just angry? Are you pissed off at the world? Are you genuinely sad? Are you feeling insecure? I think it's important to try to figure out what feelings are happening, right? What exactly are you experiencing? So step 1 is to identify that emotion. Step 2 is to identify what you want to be feeling. So an example is, you know, I got fired from my job. They didn't fire the girl that sits next to me. I feel insecure. I feel a little bit jealous. Now, when I think about how I want to be feeling, I don't know, at work I want to be feeling proud of myself. I want to feel happy. I want to feel like someone really appreciates what I bring to the table, right? So again, I want you guys in step 1 to identify what you're actually feeling, and then in step 2, what you want to be feeling. In your mind, it's a little bit different for everyone. How should a job make you feel? Some people are gonna say, I just wanna go there, be cordial to the people around me, and go home. And that's fine, right? So think about what you are feeling and what you want to be feeling. And then, like, you know, think about the difference between those two things. Where are you at and where do you want to be feelings-wise? So the third step is I want you to think about how a job situation could be better for you. An example is that when I was at my first job, I always felt like I was gonna be fired because I felt like I was so bad, and I was bad at my job. I was not good at what I was doing. So I always felt so replaceable. I always felt like I was walking on eggshells, like if I did one more bad thing, I was gonna get fired. And it's such a yucky feeling to have, right? So what are 3 to 5 things that you could be looking for in a new position? How could work be better for you? And again, these don't necessarily have to be like position requirements. You know, I want to do social media. It doesn't need to be that. But in the bigger picture of your job and the relationships with the people at your job, you know, what are 3 to 5 things that you're looking for in your new job situation? So again, with me at my first job, I felt very replaceable. I felt like I could be fired at any second. So when I thought about what I was looking for in a new job, it was somewhere where I felt valued, somewhere where I was in a position and I didn't feel like I was gonna get fired every 2 seconds, because who wants to go to work feeling that way every day? So step 1, you're going to identify your feelings. Step 2, you're going to identify what feelings you want to be feeling. Step 3, you're going to identify some key things that you're looking for in a new or a next job experience. Step 4 is a little bit difficult, I think, because it's the self-assessment phase. And it is important, regardless of how angry you are, regardless of how mad you are at the world because the company didn't have budget to keep you, or you didn't get along with your boss, or whatever it was, you have to take a step back and self-assess. We're all full of pride. We don't like to say that we did anything wrong, but we gotta call ourselves out, right? We don't have to tell anybody but us. So just take a second to step back and ask yourself, like, what could I have done better? You know, let's pretend that it's all my fault. What could I have done better? And, you know, I don't know, if I think back to my first job and I'm like, what could I have done better? I think one thing is that I could have taken more time on the front end when I was getting trained to take better notes, ask more questions. I walked in my first job to a really messy desk situation. I should have come in on a Saturday and just cleaned house, gotten really organized, and been prepared. Instead, I was just kind of like thrown into everything, right? There's things that I could have done to be more organized. Could I have stayed later, worked harder, asked more questions? I'm sure. So just do a quick self-assessment. You know, what's the constructive feedback that you have for yourself that you want to take to your next position so the same situation doesn't repeat itself time and time again? You owe yourself a self-assessment. So again, that is my 4th step. Our 5th step is just like dealing with a breakup, give yourself a minute. I just spoke to a friend the other day who is dealing with a breakup, and she was already pushing herself to go on more dates. And I said, whoa, you know, slow down. Let yourself feel the feelings. Let yourself be mad, be sad, be happy, be relieved, whatever feeling you're feeling from being let go from this position. Feel it out. So I say that everybody gets 1 to 2 weeks to deal. Okay? It is your deal time. You've been through a rough situation, deal with it. Be sad, cry in the car, sing at the top of your lungs, scream, do whatever you need to do to get it out, okay? But after that 1 or 2 week period, we're going back to the job search. The last step here is it's time to move forward. It's time to come up with a plan. So let's all take a deep breath. Being fired isn't fun. No one likes it. You don't deserve it. Nobody deserves to feel that. But it happened. So let's pick ourselves up off the floor. Okay? We got this. You are everything, and you can do this. You can figure it out. You are the best. So we're gonna come up with a plan. We're gonna map it out. We're gonna take out the planner, and we're gonna figure out what that plan is to get you back to work in a situation that's gonna make you feel those positive feelings, in a situation that's gonna give you those 3 to 5 points that you're looking for. So after 2 weeks of sulking, you're gonna get up because the intern queen told you that you could do it. I know you can do it. And we're gonna get back to work. So start putting together a plan, give yourself a deadline of when you're gonna find a job by, and then let's figure out the steps you're gonna take every day, networking, revisiting old contacts, applying for different things, going to different websites, talking to different people. What are the steps you're gonna take to get that job, okay? You got this. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear about the next opportunity. I'm so excited for you. There are big things to come.